I got a new phone case and I'm not able to use my microphone this week. Hope the sound is okay.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Red Shirt Video. It's probably been a month since I've made a video. We're just days away from July. It's already getting really hot. I don't know how long I'll be able to hold up today, but I do need to try to get some stuff done. We are at a point where I could go many different ways and do many different things, but it gets hot inside that cabin pretty early now. And I do have an air conditioner, but I'm not sure that generator is going to run it well enough. And I have another generator, but it's really loud. So I don't know if I want to put up with all that. I may be working outside. One of the things that I really need to do is I need to test the plumbing in the shower wall before I close that up, which means I can't finish installing the bathroom until I close that wall up. About a year or two ago when I was digging out here on this property, I noticed that the water line, one of the water lines ran over towards the barn, but it teed off and came over here. And I don't know exactly where it goes from here, but I need to find where that spot is. And I do remember that it was somewhere right on the other side of this driveway. So last night I got over here and I started digging, and I didn't find it yet, but I need to continue this. I need to get that water line dug up, and then I need to run at least a temporary line over to the building so I can hook that shower up and test it, and then I can finish the bathroom. The other thing is, I would love to start doing the kitchen cabinets, get those installed, get the plumbing started, but I need to paint behind all that first. I may start doing that this morning. Behind the scenes, where I live, I've been collecting and buying a lot of plumbing stuff. You might have seen me offloading some materials last night. So I'll be working on that this summer, trying to get a lot of the outdoor plumbing under the building done so that I can hook those cabinets up. But I think for this morning, I'm maybe going to start painting. And then if it gets too hot in there, I'll come out and start doing some stuff, and hopefully there's enough wind blowing I can work out here for an hour or two. Let's get started, see what we can get into.
I saw a trick on YouTube where you take some painter's tape, you put it on the top of a can in the shape of a V. Helps give you a more clean pour. It also helps when the time comes to clean up. So if you remember, all of this paneling that I bought was factory seconds. It had a lot of scrapes and scars on it, and damaged edges. And for the most part, I've been able to work around that and use every bit of it. And it came out pretty well. When I was done, I took caulk and sealed up all the edges and cleaned up everything. And the paint is the final step. And I've really been pleased with how it's coming out. It's all blending together really well. I'm very happy with it. There are many steps in this process of building this tiny house that are not necessarily fun or enjoyable. They're just things that have to be done. Steps like insulating or hanging sheetrock or even putting up the paneling. They're just not necessarily that hard. You just have to settle into a rhythm and sit back and get it done. And painting is certainly one of those steps. Keep your eye on that end wall. You'll see that 8-foot mark seam disappear here in a little while. So I don't have the generator running right now, and the lighting's not real bad in here, but I found that because of the difference of the primer that was already on the paneling and the color of paint that we chose, it's kind of hard to see where the imperfections are, the runs, the drips, or the dry spots. So I'm just using a light to try to highlight them and get them cleaned up. I don't want to find them a month down the road and be upset with myself. I will be putting molding at the top of the wall and the bottom of the wall, around the windows and the doors. I'm trying to do a little bit of edging right now just to clean it up. Even though I don't have to do this or do much of it, I just really enjoy seeing the sharp, crisp lines as much as possible. So this is day 2 for me, and I've already been here an hour footsing around. You probably saw yesterday I got this wall and all of that and the bathroom wall all painted, so the kitchen is ready to put together. The first thing that I need to do as far as the kitchen goes is I need to get this corner cabinet set, and I need to know exactly where it's going to be so that I can drill down through the floor and put my water fixtures and my drain and stuff in place. So I've never set a cabinet before. Seen a lot of videos. It's not that hard. I guess I helped a little bit at our cabin, but that was 30 some odd years ago. So this is what I had in mind. I want to create a triangle type situation that won't move. Normally you push the cabinet up against the wall and you screw into the studs through the back of the cabinet. We're not going to have that available to us. The toe kick on a cabinet, I don't know if you can see that, but it's about 4 inches, 3.5, 4 inches. And so I won't be able to screw into the first 3 or 4 inches down here. So if I built this out of 2x4, that wouldn't do me any good. So I found some 2x8 or 2x10, whatever that is, that I had laying around out here left over from when I was constructing the building. So that's what I'm going to use. And then it took me a long time of cutting and trial and error to get this figured out. Now, once I get this done and I can push the cabinet up there, I'm not going to permanently install the cabinet right now. I'm going to, whenever the time comes, whether it's today or a week or a month from now, I'll drill the holes in the cabinet where I want, and then that will allow me to mark on the floor where I want to drill the holes going through the floor. Also, I can see where the floor joists are based on where these screws are. So hopefully when I drill all my holes, I'll have enough presence of mind not to drill there. The other thing I want to explain is that I've already got one of these cut for the top portion. There's going to be a portion made out of 2x4 that mirrors this. So this will go where, up here somewhere. I'll have to cut that down a little bit, I think. So this will go up here, and then I'll go ahead and make the 2x4s in the back, and I can adjust this up and down a little bit before I finally screw it to the wall, and that's going to help me. So what I'm going to do, it's going to help me make the butcher block level, because I'll have something over here to let the butcher block rest on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this a little high. Now I'm exaggerating it now for your benefit, but if I make it high, then the water won't slope into that corner. I want to get the bubble off just a little bit so it's leaning that way, and then the water, like I say, won't slope into that corner. once I get all this built, if I choose, I could potentially cut the back of that cabinet open and try to access this and use it for storage. Matter of fact, if I was a smart guy, I might go ahead and put a floor on this, just a piece of wood or something, so that if I do cut a hole in that cabinet, I've already got a floor there. Yeah, that might be kind of wise. All right, so that's what I'm doing. Let me, I'm going to get busy drilling this or screwing it to the wall. Frank hears the dogs barking out there at something. This may never be seen, but it'll give me something to work with if I choose to do it. Frank, give it a rest. Frank, you don't need to do all that. I'm going to have to leave a little gap right here and then take a board and fill it in, and it'll have to get painted because you got to leave enough room for these doors to swing properly and the drawer to open. So these are just temporary while I build the rest of this out. Alright, that's going nowhere. That'll give me something to anchor my cabinet to, right here and right here. And it will give something for the butcher block to come across all of this. As I'm watching this play back, I'm remembering all the steps it took to get here, doing the insulation inside the walls, the wiring, and yeah, the sheetrock was fun too. And then putting the paneling up, cutting that stuff with all the dust. Sure is nice to be to this step. One of my goals in building this tiny house was I want it to look real. I don't want it to look like a 12 or 13-year-old built clubhouse. So far I've been pretty pleased with the results.
So I've been here about 4 hours. Feels like I've been here 8. I did manage to get this, what do you call it, ledge built behind here, so this cabinet, once I screw it into that, it's not going anywhere. This one is ready to go. I've already got a stud here and a stud here. I can screw that one in. These two are ready. I'm just going to have to cut the sewer and water lines into this kitchen part. The stove is going to go right here, and then those other two cabinets will be set. Just got to screw those against the wall. Once I cut the butcher block countertop, place that on here and here, I will do the same with a piece. There's 2 8-foot pieces. I'll do the same there, and I should have enough to do the bathroom. So that's what's going on right here. Today, I did a lot of cleaning, and there's still a lot more to do. Because I was cutting that paneling in here, dust just got everywhere. I'm gonna have to clean these ceiling fans real good. I tried cleaning the windows, but most of what you see is on the outside. So I'll have to get a water hose, spray those down real good. I did get some painting done today. I'll show you. I got the rest of this front wall done over here. I did do a bunch more digging yesterday afternoon. I never found that water line. I need to find that so I can hook on. It's only, I don't know, 10 or 12 feet away from the corner of the cabin, the tiny house, and then I can just run it around or underneath, get to that back corner where the shower is, hook that up temporary, and test that shower. Anyway, appreciate you being here. I'm sorry I don't have a lot more to show, but this heat just wears me and Frank out. It is hot, and I am just soaked. I've been drinking water like crazy. I got to finish picking up my tools and closing up the barn and get out of here. Hope you all have a good week. Appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoy the video. Come back next week. Thank you. You can't hardly see a color difference between what we're painting it and what the original primer color was. But after caulking and then paint, that paint is some of the thickest paint I've ever used. It really blends everything in together very well. Yeah, from here, you can't hardly tell I patched in the top of that wall from the 8-foot mark.